It's common to the point of cliché to hear couples speak about how excited they are to marry their best friend. In his discussion of why marriage is indissoluble in the Summa Contra Gentiles, Aquinas writes that there seems to be the greatest friendship between husband and wife, for they are united not only in the act of fleshly union, which produces a certain gentle association even among beasts, but also in the partnership of the whole range of domestic activity. Friends share life together, and the fact that husbands and wives share their entire lives would seem to make them best friends. By examining Aquinas' understanding of friendship, based on Aristotle's Nicomachean Ethics, we can gain insight into the connection he makes between strong friendships and strong marriages. In Book 8 of the Nicomachean Ethics, Aristotle famously identifies three kinds of friendship, based on the three objects of acts of love or reasons for friendship. Friendship for the honorable good or the good as such, or virtuous friendship, friendship for the pleasurable, and friendship for the useful. Aristotle thinks that true friendship belongs to those who seek friendship with other good people for the sake of pursuing the good.
Virtuous friendship begins with feelings of goodwill toward one another, feelings which are joined by acts of beneficence and by concord in mind and heart. Friends love each other as another self, which is to say that each person feels for his friend what he feels for himself. In addition, friends are alike in virtue, and they delight in their friendship because it helps them become more virtuous. Their virtue impels them to make repeated acts of love, and because virtue is a permanent habit, these acts of love become a lasting part of the friendship. And when we see the actions of a virtuous friend, we learn how to grow in virtue. In short, virtuous friends love what is good in each other. Each wishes the other good for the other's sake, not for his own. Friendship, therefore, is not only a matter of pursuing one's own virtue, but of wanting to help one's friend become better too.
With this structure in mind, let me suggest 4 ways in which the sharing of life between a husband and wife can make marriage the greatest friendship. First, a good marriage is founded on the good that the spouses perceive in each other. It allows spouses to delight in each other, to rejoice in each other's good and in the mutual enjoyment of the good that they share. 2. Like a good friendship, a good marriage begins with feelings of goodwill and attraction, which are joined to acts of beneficence and a concord of mind and heart. Marriage entails doing and willing the good for your spouse constantly, even when you don't feel like it, and making your spouse's good your own. And marriage requires enough agreement between spouses that they can live together in peace, even if they do not share all of the same convictions. 3. A good marriage can help you become more virtuous. This is both joyful and very difficult. Marriage and children show you just how self-centered you are, and they train you to become centered on the good of another. For Christians, marriage is the path to sanctity that God has prepared for the spouses. Sanctity and virtue, as difficult as they are, allow us to flourish and to more perfectly live a life animated by God's love. 4. A good marriage entails building and sharing a good life with another person. It is a shared pilgrimage to life with God in heaven. And that ultimate goal helps spouses keep in perspective the joys and sorrows they experience.
One of Aquinas' most famous phrases is, "Grace does not destroy nature, but perfects it." And this is certainly applicable to his treatment of marriage, which incorporates Aristotle's treatment of friendship, but offers much more. In the supplement to the Summa Theologiae, Aquinas shows how the grace of the sacrament of matrimony builds upon the natural friendship of husband and wife. Aquinas considers the argument that marriage is not a sacrament because the sacraments derive their efficacy from Christ's passion, and since marriage involves sexual pleasure, it does not conform us to Christ's passion, which was painful. In response to this argument, Aquinas writes, "Although matrimony is not conformed to Christ's passion as regards pain, it is as regards charity, whereby he suffered for the church, who was to be united to him as his spouse."
In this beautiful passage, Aquinas is saying that in marriage, the spouses give themselves to each other and lay down their lives for each other totally, just as Christ did for us on the cross. It is that total and faithful self-gift that allows marriage to be an image of Christ's self-gift for the church. 3 things follow from this. First, the married couple's own self-gift becomes the path by which they imitate Christ and become Christ-like. Second, In the sacrament of marriage, God gives us his love so that we can love as he does. Third, marriage is where we should receive God's love through the self-gift of our spouse. God shows us what his love looks like by how our spouse loves us.
Conceived in this way, it makes sense for someone to say that she has married her best friend. The friendship of husband and wife is founded on an attraction or thrill, but that thrill has its roots in the goodness of the other spouse. It grows into a series of actions that make both spouses better, that cement their delight in each other's good, in a life of mutual beneficence and sacrifice. Empowered by grace, their marriage becomes an icon of God's love, however imperfectly, and a means of their growth in that love toward its full flowering in the beatific vision. We could add to Aquinas that not only is marriage conformed to Christ's passion as regards to charity, but it is also conformed to the resurrection. It can be healing and transformative, giving joy now and in the life to come.
For readings, podcasts, and more videos like this, go to Aquinas101.com. While you're there, be sure to sign up for one of our free video courses on Aquinas. And don't forget to subscribe, like, and share with your friends, because it matters what you think.